I've now left my guitar in the very safe hands of Mr. Kenny Duncan, and for some reason I'm thinking it's a beautiful day for fine dining, so I'm going to indulge in the very best. The owner and executive chef is a rather talented man by the name of Paul Hother. That's him there attending to his rooftop garden. Every single thing that's grown here ends up on the plate in some shape or form. This looks really, really special. Tell me about this dish.
Well, thanks, Jeremy. I can't take full credit for it. It's the inspiration came from Noma Restaurant, but we've done our own take on it.
So kind of like a remix.
Yeah. So we're like a covers band playing somebody else's tune, but with our own take on it. And so we're using local goat's cheese with honey, Manuka honey, and infused with local truffles from Kapiti Coast.
Wow.
And finished with a little soil. You know, this dish here, the pork belly, that's a signature dish and that's an original dish.
Right.
And both the dishes feature on our degustation menu, and they're both two dishes that I'm very proud of. And it's all about textures, this dish.
There's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
It's a journey through your mouth.
Yeah.
It's quite fresh as well.
Yeah, absolutely fresh and light, and yet pork.
And pork belly can be quite rich and sometimes done in a quite a heavy sort of way, but this isn't heavy at all. And this is quite a sweet wine.
Yeah, but it's got the lychees and.
Absolutely, yeah. That's really cool.
It's quite amazing, you know, like after tasting the wine and then retasting the food, you'll get different notes coming through. Jeremy, this is our radish that you saw me harvest from our rooftop garden. And this is such a wonderful way to start a meal.
Yeah.
Listen,
dig in.
Stay fresh.
Yeah, that must be amazing.
And wonderful texture. Explosion of texture, you know.
So your dish is a relatively new dish to the menu. How do you find ways to keep inspired, and are you always inspired with your food?
Always.
Yeah.
You know, you sort of live food 24/7. For me, the best education for me is eating in other restaurants and getting out there and trying other people's food. You get to see the latest techniques of the restaurants that have been reviewed as the top in the world, but I like to think that the produce that we have in this country is far superior to what's evolved in the UK and that sort of thing. Like they always have raspberries in season and that sort of thing, whereas in New Zealand, it's all very, very seasonal. And I feel that your body sort of craves these sort of things at that time of the year because it's coming into season and it's a sort of a natural cycle for you.
Absolutely, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Combination of the cabbage with the sweetness of the mandarin and kumara. Yeah, the salty taste with it was just really good.
Yeah, the cabbage, we salt the cabbage down to draw the moisture out of it, and then we really rinse it off and wring it out, and then it's slowly braised for about 3 hours with ginger and a little palm sugar and champagne vinegar.
Wow. There's a lot of effort that goes into these meals.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to think it's not the sort of dishes that you could produce at home.
I wouldn't come close to this, that's for sure.
And, like the duck legs alone, they've been slowly cooked for 72 hours.
Beautifully tender.
Yeah, on a really slow temperature, and then they're finished off in duck fat that were rendered down to crisp up the exterior.
That's very special. And yours looks extremely exciting as well.
Yeah, well look, this dish, I've got a little play on garlic happening and fresh peas that are in season, and one of the nicest things for me at the moment is black garlic. And it's got this sort of strong molasses and balsamic notes coming through, and it's garlic that's been slowly cooked for 40 days at 42 Celsius.
Wow.
So it's really concentrated the natural sugars in it. And peas, lots of peas, and we've got some pulled shoulder here which has been slowly braised for 4 hours, and then the meat's been pulled off, and it's been finished with some olives and sun-dried tomato and rolled in a little bit of courgette.
That sounds incredible. Tell me about how this Pinot Noir pairs with this duck meal.
Try it.
It brings out a lot of the citrus.
Yeah, it's interesting how that works, you know?
The citrus is running wild in my mouth. It's beautiful.
What it does is it sort of overloads your brain with a certain note, so it starts looking for something else, and it just brings out the citrus. It sort of really intensifies it coming through.
You're brainwashing us.
Yeah.
I've never been brainwashed with wine. It's beautiful.